Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. And this time around, I'm going to be doing a review for episode 9 of season 1 of the Scream TV show, and it is called The Dance. So yeah, before I begin, however, normally I do my 10-second spoiler warning, but before I even do that, I do want to mention I am going to be doing a video going a little bit more in depth about this. But Wes Craven has died. So yeah, just to go over it very briefly, because I am gonna be doing a full length video on this. Wes Craven died at the age of 76, a little bit after his birthday. His birthday is August 2nd, and he died on August 30th. So yesterday. Apparently, from what it seemed like, some kind of from heart problems or heart failure. So. So yeah, I mean, yeah, his death basically. Brain cancer. There were some reports that said heart failure for some reason. But yeah, it was brain cancer. Sorry. So yeah, and for those who are wondering as to why I'm mentioning this, is because he's helped create the Scream franchise. Among many other successful franchises, he's helped create the Scream franchise. Any other franchise he did or helped create was the Nightmare on Elm Street series, the Hills Have Eyes series, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Scream. I believe it's the first 4 Scream movies. I believe he did. So yeah, and obviously this is the Scream TV show. So it's I kind of feel like I should mention this. He also did a couple episodes of the Twilight Zone. Um, Such a great guy, sad that he passed away. And again, I will be doing a more in-depth video. But I just wanted to say, since he did kind of create this whole franchise, like I'm not sure if he was involved with the TV show, but since he did help create such a massive horror franchise, iconic horror franchise such as Scream, I did kind of want to mention it. So yeah, rest in peace, Wes Craven. Once again, he died at the age of 76. Yeah, sad, sucks. I am going to be doing a more in-depth video on this. So yeah, before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual. For those who have yet to actually watch this episode and haven't already, stop the video, go check it out, and come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. I need to fix that. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch this episode and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that I never gave you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. So The Dance, as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then narrate. So basically in this episode, we see Mr. Branson. He's in custody for the murders, and Emma, she's still kind of suspicious. She believes they have the right guy, but she kind of wants to confront him to confirm her suspicions. And during the first half of the episode, she goes sees Mr. Branson, and he was a teacher of her previously, or before, whatever, former teacher at this point, and he seems confused. He has that, because he's so mysterious, because the character is so mysterious. He has that kind of air or atmosphere around him that you buy the fact that he probably is confused. However, you could see him committing these crimes to a certain degree. Okay. So yeah, now apparently there's this Halloween bash, I guess we could say, this Halloween dance, and everybody goes to there. On the flip side, you have Sheriff Hudson, and he's trying to get a specific point of evidence to put Mr. Branson in jail, and basically that's where the location is of the phone call, because the Ghostface, basically the killer, has been calling Emma from this specific point, and he's trying to see if anybody has seen Mr. Branson in that specific point. Come to find out that Branson may not be the killer, depending. There's still if there's only one killer in this TV show, then Branson isn't the killer. However, if there's 2 killers, then there's a pretty interesting theory with that. So yeah, so basically, Mr. Hudson gets attacked by the killer. It doesn't really seem like he's killed Mr. The sheriff, which I'll get that in a little bit later. So yeah, so basically they're at this Hollywood's not Hollywood Halloween ball, this Halloween dance. Emma and Kieran decided to go as and like Pulp Fiction style Uma Thurman and John Travolta. So that was pretty fun, I guess. It kind of took me a while to like. I realized she was Uma Thurman. It kind of took me a while to realize that he was Travolta. For some reason, I was thinking James Bond for a second. I'm like, no. They're very matching. It's not Samuel Jackson, who's a white guy. Who's a white guy? Fuck Travolta. So it kind of took me a while for some reason, but whatever. They do that kind of dance that they did in Pulp Fiction, so that was pretty funny, cool nod. Yeah, and this movie, this show, when it comes to like pop culture nods and references, I think they do a really good job. But yeah, so then you also have Audrey. She kind of while looking through Rachel's files, she sees this video of Kieran going out with Nina, and it seems like they're at a bar, and it seems like they're gonna go do stuff after like they're leaving. Kieran kind of sees Rachel, which is the person who took the video at the time, and we already know Rachel is dead. So yeah, and it kind of just gives Kieran a motive to want to kill Nina and Rachel. So yeah, I mean, logically, however, that would be interesting. Kieran, like I did say, Kieran could be the killer to some degree. In the video I did, who is the killer. And now Mr. Branson, and at the end of the episode, the killer seems to have killed the police. So yeah, and then Kieran and Emma are broken up at this point for like the 5th time, whatever. So yeah, so who the hell is the killer? So right now it's pretty evident that's either Branson or Kieran. Now, are they working together? Are they not? I don't know. But if you look for the promos for next week's episode, that'd be interesting because you see the cop, he's dead. The cell is open, and someone mentions to the walkie-talkies, to the police station walkie-talkies, that he escaped and is armed. Okay, we also see in the promos that Branson has a gun, but we also see the killer. He's trying to kill Audrey, Emma, Brooke. We don't really see much of Kieran. So that's going to be interesting. So are they working together? Are they not? That would be interesting. My thoughts, I think there is a possibility that they could be working together. Now, if you go over the people they've killed and have tried to kill, Nina, Tyler, and Rachel, they have clear motivations. Nina was trying to sleep with Kieran, not really a good motivation, but whatever. Tyler's a boyfriend, so killed him, and Rachel got Kieran on videotape. Okay. Furthermore, for Riley, not really. Riley's interesting. Like Riley, Noah's girlfriend, kind of thought. No, that one really has no clear motivation in my opinion. Like she's like the loose cannon. Like there really is no clear motivation behind that murder. Now the sheriff, if he is that or whatever that happened, now that's clear motivation because he's the uncle or the father figure of Kieran. Who else is there? The Will was Emma's boyfriend, and then I forget the other guy, Will's friend, the kind of a Jake. He was in the bowling alley investigating Ghostface. So I guess you could make up the excuse that there was some degree of motivation. As for Brooke, because the killer did try to kill Brooke on a couple of occasions actually. I mean, for Kieran, there's really no motivation for Kieran. As for Mr. Branson, they were dating, and we already know his past. So yeah, now from Mr. Branson's perspective, Brooke, clear motivation, lovers, whatever. Nina and Tyler, they hacked his computer several times. Rachel, no real true motivation I could think of. Riley, again, no real true motivation. Will, because I guess you could argue that because they were at the point that they were investigating him, and same thing with Jake. You could say that they were too way deep into the investigation because when Riley was killed, the investigation was just starting. Really, there still really wasn't. I mean, I guess you could say the motivation there was just to scare Emma. So yeah, overall, it was still pretty fun, pretty cool. Really fun episode, really good episode in my opinion. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I give it an 8 out of 10, pretty good. And yeah, that's basically it for this review. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below on your thoughts on the episode. Have you seen it? And if not, why not? And if you have, what are your thoughts on it? Who do you think is the killer? Right before episode 10 comes out, who do you think is the killer? And do you want me to do a last minute video on who is the killer? I don't know. Comment all that down below. Let me know. I mean, that one will be really. I want to say that one would last about 10 to 15 minutes long as well, because more or less what I described. It's what I described in this video, just maybe a little bit more drawn out. So yeah, that's basically it for this review. Again, I'm really sad that Wes Craven has died. I will be doing a more in-depth video. It's gonna be like 3 to 5 minutes, but it's gonna be a bit more in-depth, giving my feelings, I guess, in it. And yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer, whatever. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.